Okay, folks, Chris Jansen, Bjorn Kunzel, EXP Australia. We're going to dive straight into it. Bjorn, we're going to talk about real life numbers. We've been in the model 6 months now.
6 months.
And today we're going to talk about your numbers from your previous model to what it means for you today. And we're going to compare it and benchmark it against what a traditional model looks like as well. So today, facts and figures, ladies and gentlemen. There's been a lot of people looking at EXP, speculating, sitting on the fence. We're 6 months into it. Tell us about what it's doing for you, Bjorn.
Okay, let's get straight to the point, guys. It works. There are no smoke and mirrors. It is black and white, which is our colors, black and white. It is completely transparent. And today we're here to share with you why and how you can benefit your lifestyle with EXP.
Yep.
And let's talk straight about the numbers with commissions. So I'll give you an example with myself. I was on an 80% commission split, meaning 80% to me, 20% to my previous employer.
Yep.
And given the EXP model and transition, writing the exact same numbers, to cut straight to the point, I'll be $125,000 better off at EXP than what I was on an 80-20 commission split.
Unbelievable, because I know we've known each other nearly 10 years, right? I was a previous business owner. I tried recruiting this guy for 8 years. I never could win him over because he was on a deal nobody could match that I know of in the state. Definitely I couldn't match at the time. And you were about the commission split, let's be honest. So for you to change into EXP, it must have been something really sweet. Now, you and I write similar numbers. So what were you writing previously and what did it mean for you under the previous model versus what would it mean for you now?
Okay, I want to let this be known. I'm not a humongous writer. I'm not $1 million agent.
Yep.
I'm not $1 million performer, and I do not have a team of agents behind me. I'm a solo agent.
Yep.
Of course, we now collaborate together, but solo agent meaning no personal assistants, no staff at all.
Yep.
Okay. Now, I did previously hire a personal assistant at my previous employment, and I was writing 437K to around about 480 GCI each and every year. But last year's figures were 437.
Well, let's go off that. 437 working backwards.
Yes. Okay, so 437 on an 80% commission split leaves 349,600 approximately.
Yep.
Then I had $70,000 cost for my personal assistant.
Sure.
Which meant that my net pre-tax income was around about 279,000.
279. Good wicket, good earning.
Good earnings.
Okay.
Good earnings. Very cruisy. A lot of things done for me.
Yep.
Great company, great people. Very, very happy.
Okay. Let's talk about the now.
The reason why I jumped into EXP is I knew that there were models like this coming. And I knew that when this model came, it was going to be impossible for your traditional bricks and mortar real estate companies to recruit and hire staff.
Yep.
And I wanted to be at the forefront.
Sure.
And I believe we even caught up for a quick lunch.
Yep.
And we had a quick chat. And I said, Chris, look at this. And you were like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then here we are today.
Yep.
We'll get into that another day.
Yep.
But looking at the EXP figures, same 437K GCI income. I'll actually write more than that, but I want to keep it apples for apples.
So what you were doing previously, no different if there was no change in business today. Yep.
The only difference in my business now is that I can do the same numbers as what I was doing previously.
Yep.
And I've got about 33% more free time.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay. So camping, caravanning.
Yep.
Spending more time with clients.
Yep.
Not rushing people.
Yep.
You know, all that
Focusing
sort of
on quality of life and business.
Yep.
Because you got 33%
more
extra time. Imagine that. What could you do if you're watching this? If you got 33% more time in your day, professionally and personally, what does it look like for you? Well, this might be the model for you. Okay, writing the same numbers. So obviously you're 33% better off time-wise.
Yes.
Let's talk about the net figures because you don't need that $70,000 wage because with this model, you don't need staffing. And don't get me wrong, folks, some of you might want to write more than this, yeah? I mean, you and I write pretty similar numbers, and I'm okay with that. You're okay with that.
I'm very comfortable with that.
Obviously, if you want to accelerate that, you're going to need a buyer's associate, you know, an sales associate, a PA or an EA as such, but we don't want to do that because we've got all our back end being taken care of. But, so if you wrote the same numbers, you don't have that $70,000 headache and wage that you're worrying about. What does it mean net figure that you end up with in your pocket at the end of the financial year?
Okay, so instead of $70,000 for a personal assistant, I'm now paying $2,626.80 for the technology, my real estate.com subscription, my domain subscription, my RP data subscription. I've got Workplace by Facebook. I've got EXP World. I've got EXP Head Office. I've got administration support. I've got marketing support. I've got 24/7 technical support for free. We used to have to ring up when something went wrong with the computers, Chris, and it cost about $30 every 15 minutes to talk to somebody.
Blocked out time.
I jumped in online at 2 a.m. Australian time, spoke to somebody in the United States. They logged into my computer, bang, 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 2 minutes, everything fixed, free service.
So $220 per month, all inclusive of all it costs as an agent to be onboarded with EXP as a subscription fee. $220 a month gets everything you need: real estate domain, online forms, RP data, premier listing. It's all there.
It's all there.
Awesome. So just over $2,000 a year.
Yep.
That's all you need to invest in yourself as an agent to be online operating.
Yep, correct.
Okay.
And no trust accounting, no administration, no chasing up conveyances for money.
Yep.
Bottom line, $279,000 net pre-tax income at my previous employer on an 80% commission split.
Yep.
Net bottom line, $404,000, 373.20 cents with EXP.
Okay.
A difference of $125,373.20 extra into my family's pocket with 33% more time. Now, that's coming from an 80% commission split.
Yep.
Most of you watching this are going to be in this column here, which is your 50% commission split. Now, if I step out of the screen there, you can see the numbers over here, gross commission income, and you can see how much you're actually going to take home. However, what it doesn't take into consideration is the fact that your franchise is usually charging a franchise fee and taking off a 9.5% superannuation from these figures. So these figures are actually less than what they are here.
Yep.
You only need to be writing over $100,000 in gross commission income at EXP to be paid 70% commission on the first 100,000 and 100% commission on everything after that for a low fixed fee of $2,626.80 per year.
So Bjorn, let's go off the column here. Like, let's just say if you're a modest performer writing 200,000 in gross commission each year, do the breakdown from column to column, what that looks like of EXP versus a 50-50 split, 60-40 split, 80-20 split. Now, let's be really honest here. Most are going to be on sort of from this column here, 60-40 split through to 50-50 split. In my experience being a former business owner, you're more often than not going to be in a 50-50 split as an agent if you're new coming into the industry, little experience, don't have many runs on the board, or if you need the safety and security blanket of a debit credit retainer, because there's obviously risk there to the business and the business owner. So you generally get a less split, ladies and gentlemen, if you want a debit credit retainer safety blanket. Most that are commission only are going to be on that sort of 60-40 split. The reality is, to get onto that 80-20 split, you generally got to have your name above the door, and you've got to be a listing and selling license principal, at an 80-20 split. But let's start off here. So if you write just on average 200,000 gross commission per annum as an agent, what's that look like between the two, between the models?
EXP, we've got 30,000 that we pay, which leaves 170,000. If you're on a 50-50, you're looking at 100K. On a 60-40, you're on 120. And if you're writing 200 and 80-20 like I was, the difference is only $10,000 between the two.
Okay. So
if you're on 80%, you're doing $200,000 where you are, just stay where you are if you want. That's fine. All right. But this is where it gets really exciting. If you're up here on the $100,000, or if you're down here on the 300, 500,000, it is absolutely mind-boggling. So let's look at it with EXP. 500,000 gross commission income, you're going to take home $470,000 less your administration fee, which is just over a couple grand a year. On a 50-50 model, you're going to be on $250,000. Look at the difference there. Okay. Do your maths. We're talking $220,000 difference. Okay. If you're on a 60-40, which is what you'd probably be on if you're writing 500K, you're talking 300 grand versus 470. It's still 170K. And like I say, the 80-20 column is very, very rare. So let's not even go there. The thing that used to upset me, Chris, is I used to look at $1 million agents. Now, why does everybody want to be a $1 million agent? Because they think $1 million agent means more money in their pocket. Right? You've got to stop talking about gross commission income, and you've got to start looking at net income. It's what ends up in your pockets that counts. It doesn't matter about the fancy, flashy name all over the place saying I'm a $1 million performer. That is really pointless unless you're taking home the large chunk of $1 million. So let's look at EXP. If you are a $1 million performer at EXP, you're going to earn $970,000. Now, I know $1 million performers here in Adelaide, working for some of the large franchise groups that have 3 or 4 staff. Now, each one of those staff members is going to want to be on at least $80,000 a year. Okay. 65 to 80 for the right person. So let's say if they're actually working in real estate and helping you with transactions and things like that, it's probably more like 100. So let's keep the numbers easy. You're writing $1 million. You've got 4 other agents underneath you, junior agents, junior associates, whatever it might be, and maybe an administration person at 60 grand a year. Okay. You're still going to be looking at about, out of that $1 million, you might be $400,000 in your cost, which leaves $600,000 to you. Now, if you're on $600,000, okay, after you paid for all your staff as a $1 million performer, then you're going to be looking at maybe earning a little bit over $300,000 a year, maybe
Yep.
350 grand a year.
So that 800 there is just based on if it's just you solely writing $1 million and you're on an 80-20% split. And look, let's be honest, most $1 million performers out there that I know of, majority, if not pretty much most, are principals that own the business. Yeah. There's a select few in South Australia, I'm speaking of, that $1 million performers that work for somebody else, but most are on an 80-20 split because it's their business essentially.
Correct. The ones I know are actually over here, Chris, on 60-40.
Correct. That would be 75 to 80% of our industry. If you're employed by somebody, you're not the director and the licensed principal, of the agency.
The problem with being $1 million agent is you live, eat, sleep, breathe, dream real estate. Real estate consumes your life. It is not healthy. You may have a lot of money. You may have a fancy car, but that's where it stops. That's where it starts, in my opinion. I have time with my family. I have time with my friends. I have time with my clients. I don't need to put people as numbers. I don't need to give people rushed appointments. Okay. If a buyer and I are having a good conversation, I can spend 2 hours with them and make them feel welcome. This is why my business is based on referrals. I have the time to do so. But let's say $1 million agent, 600,000, and you've got to pay your staff out of it. It's all about what you keep in your pockets, guys. An EXP model is bigger and better than any other model out there as far as the way that they remunerate us. And we are in the business. We are living it. It works. This is no smoke and mirrors. This is real life. And I'd recommend it to anybody.
Yeah, so let's just be very clear. You do not need to have an RLA. You do not need to have your diploma. If you're just a listing and selling agent and you're on commission only, this is going to apply to you over here from that column on to Bjorn. That's immediately what you will qualify for straight away. Now, obviously, there's some state legislation or requirements of, how much income you've generated or earned yourself over the last 2 years, but you don't need an RLA. And you don't need to have a diploma, and you don't need to be your own boss to qualify for this as part of coming on board with EXP. I love the saying, if there's a point we can all leave with today, it's not about gross commission. At the end of the day, it's about net commission, what you and I as agents that are working in this wonderful industry, creating a lifestyle, 33% more time and income that you're putting in your pocket to give better experience and quality of service to your clients and your family as well.
Spot
on. So that's it, folks. A quick video on the real life numbers. If you've got any questions, reach out to Bjorn or myself at any time. We're all about educating people on this model. There's lots of curiosity. There's a lot of people watching, which is great, but absolutely we are building momentum. Now, next week, Bjorn's going to, it's going to be a bit of a role reversal. We're going to flip. Bjorn's going to interview me around my transition of why did I go from being a business owner into EXP. So I'll share some insight there for those that maybe are business owners or those that are aspiring business owners. This might be something that you consider before jumping into business ownership. All right, folks, that's it from us for now. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Cheers.